Good morning. Day 5. Fortunately, it rained throughout the entire night and it's still misting. The wind actually completely changed direction overnight. So before it was coming from the south headed towards the north. Now the wind is coming from the north going to the south. And it is still like a heavy mist in the air. I don't know if you can see it out over the lake or not through the camera, but everything got a nice coating of dirt and rain on it throughout the night. And our issue with the tent was that every little clip on our tent, it was dripping through the tent. So we put a towel between the rain fly and our actual net tent because it was dripping right here, and then right below is where my head would be, or Jess's head would be. So it was dripping directly on our heads. So we put the towel there to stop the drips, but it was still dripping.
It's still coming in like this corner here, and then the whole zipper area is just soaked, and it was coming down in the middle, and like even our air mattresses are just soaked around the complete perimeter of them, and it was just falling down this wall.
Yeah, it was just like raining through the netting a little bit. So Jess is going to work on packing up our damp gear while I get the food down out of the tree. We're not in any real hurry to get back to our vehicle today, but we do know we have about a 3 or 4 hour paddle depending on the weather. If it turns for the worst, it could make it a much longer day. But also, I'd love to get in a few fishing casts before we head back to the car as well. So we're just going to enjoy some hot chocolate and get out on the water. We've just made it to our second portage of the day. We have about 435 meters ahead of us. The first one was just over a kilometer long. We packed up camp in a real hurry as it looked like the wind was trying to pick up, and it hasn't stopped raining or misting on us yet this morning. So it's made trying to get any good filming in almost impossible as the camera lens just fogs over as soon as you get it out. So I know the wind is a real issue here, and I apologize for the wind noise, but we're working on it and we hope you stick with us. After 13 hours of rain, I have a sinking feeling that all 3.2 kilometers of portages that we have to do today are going to look a lot like this.
Which way did you go here? I think that's the sun.
Last portage. Oh man. As I walk along here with this canoe on my shoulders and backpack on, I really can't help but be thankful for all the Algonquin Park staff, park wardens, rangers, students, even volunteers, everyone who helps maintain all these trails and this gorgeous boardwalk that I'm walking on right now. If it wasn't for everybody, some of these portages would really suck. Regardless of all this weight and all this effort, sweat, rain, I'm pretty grateful and thankful for everything. It's been a pretty awesome trip so far. This will be one of the first trips just me and Jess do alone together. And I must say everything worked out pretty well. Other than a little bit of a leaky tent. Had some awesome weather otherwise. The sun is finally starting to come out right now a little bit, you can see. From under my canoe anyway. Although it was a shorter trip, not too far of a distance each day. It's still been an awesome trip. Caught a couple good fish. I think I finally outfished my wife on one of our first times ever, I think. She always seems to outfish me. She almost did with that 18.5-inch smallmouth bass she caught. But I showed her today with my splake. Well, I think it was a splake anyway. We'll check that when we get home. Yeah. Almost ready to wrap her up here. Maybe a little more mud first. I can see the lake, end of the portage, last portage of the trip. Just a short little paddle from here, back to our car. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think that's the first sun we've seen in 24 hours.
Over 24 hours.
Over 24
There
hours.
was no sun yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's glorious.
Stretch it out.
Oh, my hands are cold.
I'll heat up quick with this sun here.
Hey everybody, we are back on Source Lake and we couldn't resist stopping on Romance Island.
And we saw it on the map and had to check it out, so we'll give you a quick little tour here. Right off the bat we found some turtle eggs. You can see there, it's a turtle egg, so probably a big snapping turtle laid its eggs there and a bird or a raccoon or somebody got into it. But the island's pretty tiny, this is pretty much it here. A little fire pit. We'll walk you to the other side of the island. And that's the whole island. So we have a short little paddle back to our vehicle. Just had to make a quick little pit stop here and see as much of Algonquin Park as we could before we set off on our long car ride home. Woo!
Yeah, we're going home today. Yeah, unfortunately. Alright, up to the car.
What are you doing down there?
I had a slippery spot.
Oh boy.